Milestone Review 7 is functions, unit rate, and slope. Question 1, which of the following is not a function? We're going to go through each answer choice and look at the x values only, and we're looking to see that they are not repeating. Answer choice A, we can circle the x values and see that they are not repeating, so this is a function. Answer choice B, you would have to use the vertical line test to see if you can find a place on the graph where it crosses more than once. We could not find a place where it crosses more than once, so it passes the vertical line test. Therefore, it is a function. Answer choice C. Let's look at all of the places the x values are going, and none of them are going to a different place or more than one place. So this is also a function. Part D, we're going to do the vertical line test as well. And I can easily see the location that causes this to fail the vertical line test. So it is not a function. And if you look at the question, which of the following is not a function? Answer choice D. Question 2. Which of the following describes the domain of the function y equals 2x? Domain, remember, are the x values. X values. So those are the input values, and we can choose anything as an input for this one. So we're going to choose B, all real numbers. Number 3. What are the intervals of increase, decrease, and constant shown on the graph below? If we're showing intervals of increase and decrease, we are only using the x values. Only the x values. So those are right here. So increase, decrease, and constant. So if you start right here, the first thing we're going to do is increase. So we have an increase, and we're using brackets because we're not identifying ordered pairs, from -3, and it stops increasing at 0. So -3 to 0. Then it stays constant. And that starts at 0 and stops at 1. The last thing it does is it decreases. So we have the last interval from 1 all the way down to 3. Question 4, what is the slope of the graph? To find the slope of a graph, you need to find 2 points that are on the line. This would not be a good point to choose because it is not an ordered pair, and it would be more difficult to come up with the most accurate answer. So I'm going to choose that point and that point, and I'm going to do rise over run. I know that it's positive, so my final answer, I'm going to go ahead and put m equals positive. So let's do the rise. We're going to go up 1. And the run, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope is m equals positive 1/4. Number 5, what slope represents the table? This is where you could choose to graph it, or you could use the slope formula. So I'm going to choose 0, 6 as an ordered pair, and -2, 0 as an ordered pair. I'm going to go from 0 to 6 for the y values. So if I go in that direction, I have to go in the same direction for the x values. -2 to 0, 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Negative 2 minus 0 is negative 2. That simplifies to positive 3. Question 6. Person drove 20 miles in 40 minutes. What is the unit rate? We know we have to do miles per minute. So we have our miles, which is 20 miles, minutes, which is 4. That simplifies to 5. So we're going to finish by saying what 5 actually means, and we're going to use these words, miles per minute would be the unit rate. Question 7. Which of the following intervals is inaccurate? Let's underline the word inaccurate because we're not looking for the one that is correct. We want the one that is not correct. So let's look at the answer choices. First we have an increase from 0 to 3. Increase from 0 to 3. So let's look at 0, which is right here. And remember, we're only using these values, the x values. So if we're going from 0 to 3, that's in that area. Is it increasing from that point to that point? No, it is actually decreasing. So that would not be correct. Answer choice B, increase from 3 to infinity. So here's 3 to infinity, and that means it goes on forever. Is it increasing? And yes, it is increasing, and it's not stopping because we have the arrow. We're going to put a check mark beside that one because it possibly could be the answer. Answer choice C, decrease from negative 5 to negative 3. So let's count over to negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to negative 3. Is it increasing or decreasing? And it is decreasing. Let's look at answer choice D, a decrease from 0 to 3. From 0 to 3, it is decreasing. So let me correct myself. C, decrease from negative 5 to negative 3, is accurate. And then 0 to 3 decrease is accurate. So we were looking for the inaccurate one, which would be A, 0, 3 of an increase. Question 8. What is the unit rate of the graph shown below? We have to remember that for unit rate, it's the same as slope, it's the same as constant rate of change. We're going to look at y over x, which is going to be the British over US money. And now we need to find 2 points on our graph that we can determine the slope. So let's find this point. And then the next one, I'm going to go up the line, and I'm going to stop here. So we're going to find the slope because that's what unit rate is. And I'm going to go up because we have to do the Y or the British money first. And every bubble mark is worth 50. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's going to give me 300 as our numerator. And then every bubble mark going over is 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gives us 500. Which simplifies to 3/5. So now we have to take our units and add them to the end of our sentence, or end of our answer. 3/5 pounds per dollar. Question 9. Triangle ABC has 2 out of 3 corresponding slopes to triangle DEF. Are these triangles similar? Explain. We know that triangles can be similar if the corresponding slopes are all congruent. So all of them have to be congruent, and because all of them are not, because we only have 2 out of the 3, they would not be similar, because all corresponding slopes must be congruent. Question 10. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points 3/8 and 3/10? We're going to find the slope, which means we need the slope formula. We have x, y, x, y. We have the 1s and the 2s. 10 minus 3, I'm sorry. No, 10 minus 8. Sorry. And then 3 minus 3. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. And we know, because we have asked Siri the answer to this question, so it would be undefined. When the 0 is underneath, the slope is undefined. Number 11. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points -3,9 and -2,1? We're going to use the formula again. And some of you like to make a table for this. -3,9, -2,1. And remember, we have to go in the same direction. So I'm going to go from 9 to 1, which means I have to go from -3 minus -2. And I see I have my 2 negatives that are going to make a plus sign. So I have 9 minus 1 over -3 plus 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. -3 plus 2 is -1. So our answer is -2.